Jeffy has been decapitated, mutilated, and a lot of other crazy things, but somehow he survives every single time. In this video, I'm gonna be diving into every single time that Jeffy should have died, starting with his deaths in the oldest videos, all the way up to current day SML. Recently, it feels like Jeffy has gotten into a lot of life-threatening situations in every video, but in his first appearances, the videos were quite tame. It actually took 8 months after he was introduced before Jeffy's first death, or what should have been his first death, in Jeffy Goes to the Zoo. In this video, Mario takes Jeffy to the zoo, where they come across a gorilla den. While Mario and Brooklyn Guy are talking, Jeffy jumps into the pen and gets absolutely demolished by the gorilla. He gets repeatedly bashed against the ground and spun in the air before Brooklyn Guy shoots him dead. Most people don't know how deadly most apes are, with them being able to lift up to 4,000 pounds. Jeffy was pretty much getting hit by the animal equivalent of a car multiple times, yet somehow Jeffy came out completely unscathed. I guess in the SML universe, you do not need 100 men to beat a gorilla. You just need one Jeffy. The next near-death experience is in SML movie The Hitman. In this video, Jeffy has been annoying Mario so much that he hired the lone dolphin to kill Jeffy. The first plan is to snipe Jeffy at the park, but that doesn't go well because Mario doesn't show the lone dolphin a picture of Jeffy. Instead, he just asks him to shoot a kid with an ice cream cone, but Jeffy gives his ice cream cone to Patrick, which gets him shot instead. Their next plan is to poison Jeffy with McDonald's, but Jeffy gets mad after he didn't get 20 toys, so, well...
Jeffy, what are you doing? Jeffy.
Finally, the lone dolphin just tries to kill him in his sleep, but since it's dark, he stubs his toe, causing Jeffy to wake up and call the police, who catches the lone dolphin and puts him in jail. Jeffy just narrowly escaped death 3 times in a row, and in reality, he probably would have died, but because Jeffy has plot armor, he survives. Now, we have Jeffy's flu shot. In this video, Jeffy refuses to take his flu shot, which leads him to developing a disease which is supposedly the flu, but I don't remember the flu causing your eyes to fall out. This is what happens to Jeffy at the end of the video, which leads me to believe that his other body parts will follow soon after. So let's add another one to the count. Then we have the classic Smart Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy jumps on the trampoline and falls, which causes the pencil in his nose to stab him through the brain.
You can make it. Jeffy?
In the SML world, this leads Jeffy to become the smartest person on planet Earth, but in real life, this would have caused some serious brain damage. And since Junior takes his sweet time to get help, Jeffy would have either had a life-ending stroke or just bled to death. In SML movie Jeffy Loses His Teeth, Junior needs to practice T-ball, but he doesn't have a T, so Jeffy gets the bright idea to put the ball in his mouth, and asks Junior to hit the ball in his mouth. As previously established, Junior doesn't particularly care about Jeffy's safety, so he goes to hit the ball out of Jeffy's mouth, but instead, he hits him straight across the face. Some may argue that people have been hit with baseballs before and survived, but just look at Jeffy compared to the baseball bat. It's like twice his size. But if you're not satisfied with that explanation, there's another kill that happens in this video. When Mario tries to remove Jeffy's loose tooth, he ties it to Woody's truck, which drives off, dragging Jeffy across the asphalt.
Get it, boy!
That didn't work.
This would have led to Jeffy getting severe 3rd-degree road rash, and would most likely have led to Jeffy's death, since he was face down on the ground getting dragged by a truck. In the love potion, Junior's on a rampage. He injects the girl in front of him with a love potion, which should have caused her to fall in love with Junior, but instead, she falls in love with Jeffy because he's the first person she looks at. Jeffy takes her back home, where they eat cookies and smack their diapers. Pretty normal stuff, but it turns out that the love potion that Junior used actually has one massive side effect. It turns whoever takes it into a dragon. This causes Jeffy's new girlfriend to turn into a dragon and maul Jeffy's face off.
Like this.
How'd you turn into a dragon? I don't like making out. I don't like it.
Now, take what I said about apes being super strong and multiply that by 10 times to get the strength of a dragon. Yeah, I don't know how Jeffy's surviving that. Now, we have Jeffy get stung by a bee. In this video, Jeffy accidentally swallows a bumblebee outside, causing his mouth to swell up. But since Jeffy's, well, really stupid, he says he ate a butterfly. Mario calls Brooklyn Guy, who gets really worried because the only butterfly that can cause his mouth to swell up like this is a rare banana butterfly, since eating this butterfly could cause Jeffy to turn into a banana. Mario and Brooklyn Guy then shrink themselves to go down into Jeffy's body, where they try to destroy the butterfly. However, they soon realize Jeffy just ate a bee and said that he ate a butterfly on account of him being stupid. But then, massive plot twist, Jeffy actually did eat the butterfly, and he does turn into a banana.
And he's a banana.
This one probably doesn't need much explaining. You wouldn't exactly survive if you were transformed into a banana. Next, we have Jeffy the rapper. In this video, Jeffy gets signed with Tyrone to become a rap artist after hearing this beautiful demo.
I like it, I ain't dreaming, my dad do that.
This causes Jeffy to turn full gangster, where he even goes to prison and gets his pee-pee pierced. However, Jeffy's hood rat activities end with him getting shot by Toad in the alley.
Oh my god, Jeffy, I can't believe you got shot. Daddy, it hurts, but I'm like Tupac.
Somehow, Jeffy survives this, but in real life, if a 12-year-old got shot in the stomach with no one around to call an ambulance, they would probably die. Now, we have one of the most infamous SML videos, The Secret Door. In this video, Mario, Rosalina, and Jeffy play hide and seek. Jeffy chooses to hide in the one place Brooklyn Guy told them to never go, behind the secret door. Jeffy goes in with Mario and Rosalina soon following behind, where they see that the room is full of dead bodies. They call Brooklyn Guy to report the crime, but when they turn around, he knocks them out, revealing that he was the man who killed all the people in the secret room. That means that the trio are Brooklyn Guy's next victim. And just as he's about to go for Rose, he gets shot by none other than Brooklyn Guy. Turns out that the Brooklyn Guy that's been killing people is actually the real Brooklyn Guy's twin brother, Does Bad Things Guy. The fact that the real Brooklyn Guy bursts in at literally the exact second they are about to get killed shows that Jeffy's plot armor is literally indestructible. Jeffy's brain is our next video, and in this video, Jeffy sniffs pepper and sneezes his brain out, and they need to find which brain to put back in his body.
I know how to do it.
It's pretty self-explanatory as to why he should have died here. Don't need to go much in detail for this one. Jeffy has hiccups is next, and he has many near-fatal moments, with Jeffy trying to defuse a bomb and having an arrow shot inches above his head. However, the one event that should have caused his death is when Brooklyn Guy, in an attempt to scare Jeffy, pushes him off an airplane without a parachute.
All right, champ, down you go.
But somehow he survives as there's a twister mat on the ground and was able to land on the exact spot he was supposed to. Whereas in reality, that twister mat probably would have been drenched in Jeffy's blood. Junior's curse is the next video, and it's actually very unique compared to all these others because Jeffy wasn't even in this video. So how does Jeffy die, you may be asking? Well, in this video, Junior refuses to eat his corn dogs and throws them outside. This gets him the corn dog curse, where everything he touches turns to corn dogs. This leads to him turning the car, the bath, and even Chef Pee-Pee and Cody into corn dogs. In order to alleviate himself from the curse, he is told to eat the corn dogs he threw outside. So he goes outside, but accidentally touches the ground, turning the whole earth into a corn dog.
I'll just eat this one.
And remember, kids, that's why you always eat your corn dogs.
Since a corn dog Earth is uninhabitable, everyone, including Jeffy, would have died. Jeffy's Taco Tuesday is next, and in this video, Jeffy wants tacos, but Mario won't buy them. Chef Pee-Pee won't cook them, and he doesn't have any money. This leads Junior, Cody, and Jeffy to try multiple schemes to make money, until they realize that Junior has had money the entire time, which they could have used to buy tacos. However, at this point, Taco Bell has been closed, so they have to go to this back alley and buy a bunch of tacos from the Lone Dolphin. With so many tacos, Junior and Cody have a food fight, but when Junior goes to throw the first taco, it explodes and they realize that the tacos are are actually bombs. Cody goes to stop Jeffy, who at first complies, but then throws the taco in anger, causing it to blow up in front of them.
I don't want him anymore!
Jeffy gets expelled as next, and the school has just had enough of Jeffy beating up Bully Bill every single day, so he gets expelled. And just to add to that, Bully presses charges on Jeffy, so now he's under house arrest with an exploding ankle tag. They don't ever explain why the ankle tag explodes, but just keep that in mind, because it becomes important later. Jeffy just messes around all day at home, until Bully comes knocking at the door asking for a rematch outside. However, Jeffy can't go outside, but Bully Bill keeps taunting him, and so Jeffy goes to beat up Bully again. Mario hears a massive explosion and thinks Jeffy died, but somehow Jeffy put the bracelet on Bully, causing him to blow up. Bully was outside, meaning that for Jeffy to give Bully the bracelet, he must have stepped outside, which should have caused him to blow up. Jeffy's energy drink is the next video, and here Jeffy's given a Monster energy drink by Junior, which he chugs down, and as soon as he does this, he goes full ape shit, destroying plates, dishes, and screaming his head off until Jeffy actually dies here, and Junior needs to try to get him back in time to save him. So this isn't really a time where he should have died, because he actually did die, but it still goes on the count regardless. Fat Jeffy is the next video, and in this one, Jeffy eats so much food that he literally turns into a ball that can roll.
Can you give me another Twinkie, Daddy?
Somehow, with just one gastric bypass surgery, he was able to go back to normal, but in reality, his intestines and pretty much all of his organs would have exploded from all the food. Jeffy's coma is up next, and in this video, Brooklyn Guy hits Jeffy with a baseball, causing him to go into a coma, with the only way to get him out of a coma being an ogre's fart. So Mario decides to feed Shrek a ton of baked beans, and this works a little too well. He screams for Mario to run because his fart is so big that it causes the entire world to explode. This would obviously cause Jeffy to die too. Next is SML movie Jeffy the Psychic. In this video, Jeffy jumps out of the window and hits head first into the ground.
Jeffy, don't you jump off that roof. If you jump off the roof, you're grounded.
Literally.
Wait, Jeffy!
Yeah, safe to say a child jumping off a 2-story house would've, or in this case should've killed him instantly, because somehow Jeffy survives this and can now tell the future. Next is Officer Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy stops an armed robbery at a sandwich shop and is awarded a Medal of Honor and a job as a police officer. But before Jeffy can take up this job, Brooklyn Guy needs to tase Jeffy as a prerequisite. Usually, one would be in very much pain after being tased, but Jeffy was absolutely fine, even liking it. Now, getting tased for a couple of seconds won't kill you, but at the end of the video, when Jeffy gets fired, he got to keep his taser and then just starts tasing himself. It might seem cool initially that Jeffy can't feel pain when being tased, but this is actually a curse, because if you got tased for too long, you will die, and the pain you feel is an indicator to stop the taser. However, since Jeffy does not feel pain when getting tased, he won't know when to stop and will be electrocuted to death. Baby Jeffy is up next, and in this video, Jeffy drinks a whole bottle of youth juice, turning him into a baby. This raises concern, since considering the amount that Jeffy drank, he should have probably reverted back to a sperm cell. So that one's death. Then, at the end of the video, he drinks the old juice to turn him back into regular Jeffy. But then, he likes the juice so much that he drinks the entire bottle, turning him into an elderly person. Similar to the youth juice, Jeffy drank way too much of the juice, and should have turned into a pile of dust. But somehow, he survives as an old man. President Jeffy is the next video, and in this one, Jeffy runs for class president, which he wins with his campaign promises of getting rid of homework and other nonsense. When he comes back to his house after victory, Brooklyn Guy goes to Marvin's house, asking him to fill in as the Democratic candidate in the upcoming election. However, after seeing Jeffy look professional as hell in his suit, he gets Jeffy to fill in. Somehow, Jeffy ends up winning the election and becomes the president of the United States. He's then given the nuclear football and all the launch codes, which he subsequently uses to nuke all of the green bean farms and schools.
I get to poop wherever I want.
Yes, you can, Mr. President. And you also get this, the nuclear football.
What is that?
Well, this'll let you nuke just about anything.
This would certainly mean that Marvin's house, and therefore Jeffy, would be in the blast radius of the nukes. Jeffy almost drowns is the next video we're gonna look at, and as the title suggests, Jeffy nearly dies by getting washed away by the current and starts drowning. Until the very nick of time, Brad the lifeguard comes in to save the day, and Jeffy lives on. But in reality, looking at how small Jeffy is, he would definitely be swimming with the fishes before Brad came to the rescue. Up next is the zombie apocalypse, the 2021 Halloween special. And in typical SML fashion, the candy is poisoned. However, the candy is not poisoned with regular rat poison. No, the candy not only kills you, but reanimates your corpse, turning you into a zombie. Jeffy and Marvin don't hear the news in time and eat the candy.
Okay, yeah, that's your only piece of candy. I guess I'll eat a piece of candy too.
Causing them both to turn into zombies. By the end of the episode, they don't find a cure, so Jeffy stays a zombie, and we add another point. Gold Jeffy is the next video, and Marvin, shocker, can't pay his house payment. So he uses all of his savings to buy a gold machine, which Rose highly disapproves of. The machine actually works, turning things into gold bars. But just as everything was looking good, Jeffy gets stuck in the machine and turns into Gold Jeffy.
Baby, I can't believe I just paid off the house.
I know, Marvin, you'll never have to deal with Goodman again.
I know, let's make out on top of the machine.
Marvin, the machine's on.
Did you turn it on?
No!
Hold on. What the?
They try multiple ways to free him, but the only way that worked was putting him in an oven. So if you didn't think turning to gold was enough to kill him, well, he also gets burned alive. Now, we have the baby alien. In this video, 2 baby aliens get dropped by their egg, passing by Earth, which Jeffy and Junior find in the backyard and take care of. I would assume that if aliens were flying over in space and dropping something from space, it would not just land quietly in the yard. It should have crashed like a meteor. And since it was in Jeffy's backyard, he probably should have died from the ensuing explosion. Jeffy's summer camp is next, and in this video, the kids are bored of just staying inside, so they go to summer camp at Brooklyn Guy's house. They do a bunch of different stuff there, but the one we're gonna focus on is when they went out onto the lake on a canoe. An alligator randomly shows up and drags Jeffy underwater. Junior tries getting Brooklyn Guy to help, but he instead goes for ice cream. They kinda just forgot about Jeffy in the lake, and he accepts that he's probably dead, until it's nighttime and they're eating s'mores. Jeffy comes out looking like a sea monster, scaring everyone.
Seaweed monster, run, kids!
I don't know how it's physically possible for him to have beaten the alligator, but I guess Logan was just too lazy that day to write an explanation. Now, we have Jeffy's 18th birthday, and you probably all know the most infamous bait-and-switch ending that SML has done since Does Bad Things Guy. But for those who don't know, in this video, Nancy kidnaps Marvin and holds him hostage for Jeffy. Eventually, they do swap, where the police hand over Jeffy and take back Marvin, but they aren't gonna let Nancy get away that easily. They shoot repeatedly at the van until eventually the van blows up. With Jeffy inside. The family grieved until suddenly Jeffy revealed himself to be alive and somehow escaped before the van blew up. I think we all knew that Jeffy would have survived, but that must have been the laziest way to have executed it. Jeffy's green bean allergy is next, and Jeffy is so tired of eating green beans that he fakes having an allergy. Marvin isn't buying it though, so he makes him a plate of green beans in front of him to see if it gets a reaction. But when Marvin turns around, Jeffy starts bashing his face in with a baseball bat. And when Marvin sees his bloody face, he believes Jeffy has an allergy. Now, you may argue that getting beaten up once with a bat isn't enough to kill someone. And that would be true if Jeffy only beat himself up once. But no, Jeffy beat himself up 3 separate times in this video, which would have certainly been enough to kill him. Now, we have handsome Jeffy. Jeffy. In this video, Jeffy and Marvin get into a serious car accident, leading to his face getting absolutely mangled and needing an expensive reconstruction surgery. He undergoes the surgery and ends up looking extremely handsome and getting the attention of all the girls in his school, even though he's 18 and all the girls were like 14 at the time. So, Diddy allegations aside, he also catches the eye of PJ Crenshaw because he stole all his girls. Therefore, at night, when Jeffy is sleeping, PJ sneaks into his room and bashes his face in with a mallet.
This'll teach you for stealing my girls. Hey, Jeffy!
We know.
Getting into a car accident is one thing, but getting into a car accident and getting obliterated by a baseball bat should have definitely sent you to the grave. The meteor is up next, and unlike the baby alien, the death doesn't come from the actual meteor itself, because the meteor is actually just a massive poop rot ejected from a plane. No, the actual death comes when the aliens come to the door, demanding the meteor, and shoot Jeffy point blank with their space ray.
Hello?
Come on, let's go!
The spy balloon is the next video, and here Jeffy, Cody, and Junior accidentally shoot down a spy balloon sent by the Chinese government. This leads the military to fire their previous missile defense team and hire the trio as the new defense squad, despite them only shooting down the balloon on accident. So all hell breaks loose when the Chinese government shoot a nuke at San Francisco, and the kids can't do anything to stop it. The nuke hits San Francisco, killing everyone there.
A nuclear ballistic missile has hit San Francisco. The death toll is in the millions. We believe it was shot by the Chinese.
I don't know why the Chinese government shot the nuke at California and not Florida, since they were clearly targeting the kids, but they got extremely lucky there. Jeffy loses his head is the next video, and I think by the title itself, you can probably gather the fact that Jeffy should have died, but the plot armor could not save him this time, and the only way they got him back was to go back in time. Jeffy's 19th birthday is up next, and for the same reasons as Jeffy's 18th birthday, Jeffy should have died in the explosion. I don't know how he was able to escape, and I'm even more perplexed as to why Logan decided to do the exact same plot twist 2 years in a row. Up next is Jeffy attacks the judge. In this video, Jeffy brutalizes the judge twice, then kills him and his replacement, leading him to getting imprisoned in the highest security, maximum security prison ever. Brooklyn Guy tells us about all of the things guarding the cells, like hungry sharks, F-22 raptors, and a dragon. But apparently, Shrek busted into Jeffy's Cairo chamber and was able to fly him out to safety by sharding.
And then Shrek grabbed me and then sharded so hard it propelled me through all my entrapments all the way up to the surface, and then I got back here.
How did Shrek get into the chamber? How can Shrek fly so fast it dodges helicopter bullets and sharks? How did Shrek land safely after their fight? All good questions which Logan does not answer. All I know is that Jeffy should have definitely died here. Jeffy's mad cow disease is next, and similar to Jeffy loses his head, the title gives this one away, because mad cow disease is fatal in humans. Somehow, Jeffy ends up living. Jeffy Ball Z Part 5 is the final episode of Jeffy Ball Z. In this video, Rose gets kidnapped by Android 19, and Jeffy needs to save her. Jeffy's not strong enough to defeat the android, so he goes to train with Shrek, who turns him into his strongest form to date. Jeffy then beats Android 19, who starts a self-destruction timer. Jeffy teleports the robot to space, where he blows up with Jeffy.
Wait, what about me?
The news reports that he's dead, and the episode ends with Marvin screaming, "No!" In the Next Time on Jeffy Ball Z's segment, it shows Jeffy meeting Craig, implying that he indeed passed on to the afterlife. The toy ray is up next, and in this video, the trio shoot a bunch of stuff with their toy ray, turning all their possessions into toys. Eventually, Jeffy asks to be turned into a toy, and they do turn him into the Jeffy U2s. Similar to the other times Jeffy got turned into an inanimate object, I believe this probably should have killed him. Final Destination is up next, and there are 2 times where Jeffy should have died in this video. The first was when Brooklyn Guy had the prediction about the plane crashing, so he took his wife and Marvin's family off the plane before his vision actually became true and ended up killing everyone on the plane. This meant that Jeffy, Brooklyn Guy, and the rest of the gang had cheated death. But in this world, death comes with a vengeance, so they each start dying one by one in crazy Rube Goldberg type ways. Specifically, Jeffy Jeffy is jumping on a trampoline while the ceiling fan is on, which leads to his head getting cut off. The plane crash is the next video where Jeffy should have died, and the title gives it right away. In this video, a bunch of dangerous stuff happens on Jeffy's plane ride, eventually leading it to crash straight into the ground.
Close, too late.
Squid Game 2 Part 5 is next, and is the only Squid Game episode on here. Surprisingly, in this video, they do the glass bridge game, where one of the two tiles are real glass, which if you step on, you'll fall to your death. And the other is tempered glass, which can hold your weight. Instead of trying any sort of smart strategy to beat the game, Jeffy just jumps across each tile with no thought and ends up making it to the end.
This is easy. I'm gonna do this shit backwards.
Oh, I can't watch.
Marvin, he did it.
The probability of you stepping on the right tile is 1 in 2, and the probability of you stepping on the right one 6 consecutive times is about 1/2 to the power of 6, which is a 1 in 64 chance, which only comes out to around 2%. You may argue that he just got lucky, but getting that lucky with literally no way to boost his odds is almost impossible, and you can test this yourself. Toss a coin 6 times and try to get all heads in one attempt. That is basically what Jeffy did. Fat Tuesday is next, and similar to the video Fat Jeffy, the gang engorges on so much food that their bodies become literal lard. So just like in Fat Jeffy, they should have died from overeating. Next is Jeffy's 21st birthday, and similar to all the other Jeffy birthday videos, Jeffy somehow survives a massive vehicle explosion, but this time it was different because the car he was in dropped like 100 feet from the air. And then exploded.
Put in the car, bon voyage!
The only way Jeffy was able to survive that was because he had a parachute, for some reason underneath his seat, which is crazy because Jeffy doesn't even like wearing his seatbelt. So why did he have a parachute? Jeffy the Fly is the final video we're gonna be covering, and this video is a parody of the movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. Similar to the movie The Fly, Jeffy becomes a man-fly hybrid after getting into a teleporter with a fly inside, causing him to metamorphose into a fly.
Jeffy! Riptards here, teacher!
Spoiler alert for the movie, Jeff Goldblum's character eventually dies because of this, and I'm pretty sure that a similar fate would have fallen onto Jeffy if the video didn't end abruptly.